Many seekers have taken initiation through various sampradayas. Please give us the general guidance on do's and don'ts after initiation. How to take the initiation to the final step of realization. This is one question. So initiation means diksha. And generally people say Bhagavan never initiated. In talks, there is a question to Bhagavan where a devotee is asking Bhagavan, they say without a guru initiation, one cannot attain realization. Do Bhagavan initiate? So Bhagavan said, he didn't say Bhagavan will initiate or will not initiate. He said, Mauna is the highest initiation. Silence, Mauna is the highest initiation. Where there is no separation of Guru or Shishya or teaching. And Dakshinamurti did only that initiation. And then Bhagavan says, like the plantain tree, it will not put seed. It will put another plantain right under its feet. And another. Like that, from one plantain, another plantain will come. In Tamil, they say, Vazhai adi vazhai. Like that, a guru transmits himself into another being. And that is Diksha. And that is what Dakshinamurti did with Sanaka Sanandana. So Bhagavan was also doing only that. So this is the highest form of initiation. Generally, the Tantrikas, they will say it is Shaktipata. Descending of the divine power on the person. But that is neither under the control of Guru nor in the power of the disciple. It is pure divine will. The Guru is there, radiating that presence, and the disciple also should be there, that's all. In the sense, he should be there with the receptivity. And receptivity comes by bhakti. Then the true diksha happens. Diksha is actually happening from heart to heart. Bhagavata, Srimad Bhagavata begins with a shloka, very profound shloka. Janmadhyasya yatonvayat itaratasya artheshu abhijñaswarad tene brahma hridaya adikavaye muhyanti yat surayah tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisham dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. So the tene brahma hrida. There Bhagavata says the experience of Brahman was transmitted by the primordial teacher, that is God, Ishvara, to Brahma by transmitted it from the heart to heart. Not by words, not by any other means, just from heart to heart. Tene Brahma Hrida, by heart. So that is Diksha. And that Diksha is not in our control. And that Diksha might happen by Guru's glance, Chakshur Diksha. It is called Chakshushi Diksha. Shankaracharya says to Shiva, Shivananda Lahari, he says, Diksham me disha chakshushim sakarunam divyaihi chiram prarthitam shambho lokaguru madiya manasa saukhyopadesham kuru. Give me that chakshushi diksha and give me that upadesha, saukhyopadesha. By that upadesha I will attain saukhyam, sukham. So that is chakshushi diksha. But the diksha happens from the heart to heart, and people say Bhagavan looked at them. Muruganar sang so many songs on Bhagavan's glance. Nayana diksha. So that is possible. Hasta diksha. That also Bhagavan speaks in Aksharamana Malai. Nayana Diksha also Bhagavan speaks. Where? Nokiye. Nokiye. Nokiye is Nayana Diksha. Karudi. Dura Karudinalume. From distance, the Guru is thinking about the disciple. With so much compassion, the Guru is actually, what the Shastra says is, Guru becomes the mother. He conceives the disciples in his heart. The disciple enters the Guru's Garbhapatra and comes out of him in a new form. No, very beautiful. They say somewhere in Charaka or Sushruta, this Ayurveda, say a true physician, he swallows the patient and takes him to the Karana Sharira, where there is no body or mind, and gives birth to him as a healthy person. So, this is exactly Vedanta also. The disciple is being swallowed by the Guru and given birth with the awareness that there is no body or mind or ego. He is Brahman, he is pure self. So this is Diksha. But this powerful Diksha can be followed by mantra also. Actually in the Takiyangiradhu in Diksha dhan. Nokiye karuti mei takiye. Sometimes he will give you Diksha by giving you trouble. Bhagavan says, by giving you physical suffering, mental suffering, so that you get prepared yourself. You get prepared to receive the higher. Like what they call the உழுது போடுறதுக்கு என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? Tilling தானே, tilling the land. Like that, he gives you, his force descends on him, invades. Actually, Bhagavata says, he invades. Akramya atmani avasthitam. He invades and sits in the heart. Says. So that is Diksha. So, somehow ஆண்டு அருள், ஆட்கொள்ளாமல் அருள் பண்ண முடியாது. That force has to conquer the disciple and pour forth the grace. So, this is the Sukshma Diksha. This cannot be that easily formalized. Then comes next mantra Diksha. In mantra diksha is generally, it all depends upon the sadhana bhakti of the disciple. Guru will give the mantra. Always it will not be followed by Shaktipata. If the disciple is a very deserving person, ripe person, when mantra diksha is given, Shaktipata might happen. Or before the mantra diksha, Shaktipata can happen, or after that. So sometime if when the mantra is given, Shaktipata happens, that person will be successful in that very life, spiritually. Even if it is not, sometimes you see, you have heard about Kabir. He took Ramanama from that Swami Ramananda. And that Swami did not initiate him. He was just going to Ganga to take his bath, and Kabir was lying down on the walking path. Unknowingly, he kept his feet on Kabir's head and said, Rama. And Kabir took it as mantra. And in fact, he says, Banachataya Guruni. He says he just shot an arrow of Ramabhana at me. And it took away my ego. And wherever I look, there is only Rama. Because he was so ripe that one word from the master, unknowingly, not intentionally, even the master was not aware. The disciple's maturity was so much that he received it, took it as not as simply a shabda, but as Bhagavan himself. In the case of Ramana Bhagavan also it is like that. That relative came to his house, and just this boy, like every day, he went there and asked, where are you coming from? And that person was not chanting some nama. He said Arunachala. That's all over. It is like Bhakshitai Pranarod Arunachala. Bhagavan says, you swallowed me, my body, my mind, my prana, my ego, everything. That very moment when I heard your name, I no more exist. பெயர் நினைத்திடவே பிடித்து இழுத்தனை உன் பெருமையார் அறிவார் Arunachala. So if there is real bhakti, disciple is ready to receive it. One word from the master. Tayumanavar says, the master came to me and uttered one word. After that, wherever I looked, I saw only that divine effulgence. Partha idamellam paraveliyaai thondra or varthai solla vanda manuve paraparame. He calls Guru not as Guru, he calls him as Parapara. You are Para and you are Apara, like Purnamadaha, Purnamidam. In this form also you are Brahman, and the transcendental form also you are Brahman. He looks at him as that supreme. And you came and told me one word, and wherever I looked, that Manu means mantra. Wherever I looked, I saw only Paraveli, Chidakasha. I saw only Chidakasha. So there the disciple was completely ready to receive the mantra. So this is the real higher diksha. This diksha cannot be formalized. This is actually Shambhavi diksha, what they call Shaiva diksha. It cannot be given. Of course, now many people say some special method also as Shambhavi diksha, that we do not know what it is. But real Shambhavi Diksha is this Shiva. Shambhu is Shiva, and Shambhu means one who gives you Sham, one who makes you abide in that self-realization. So it cannot be formalized. It just goes, it is Swatantra. Sarvan Ullangya Shasana, as in Lalita Sahasranama, there is a Nama which says it just Ullanganathu enna solradhu ellathai taandradhu. Transcending, okay. It transcends all human limitations and makes him perfect. Sometimes it is very mysterious that the person is outwardly not looking perfect, and he receives it in one day, it's over. You can see it. Bhagavan's life also, you can see that. He was not seeking God outwardly. He was not seeking self-knowledge. He was just like any other boy, interested only in games. In such a state that power of Shiva fell on him and gave him the highest realization. So this is the highest Diksha. Now, taking initiation. This is sampradaya. As we said, mild form of grace. The mantra is powerful. The Guru has brought it from traditions like Gayatri mantra or Pranava or Panchakshara or Ashtakshari. When that mantra comes by sampradaya, as the seeker has written here, through various sampradayas, it entirely depends upon the disciple. The Guru has given the mantra. Now, as the great Shiva Bhakta, Appar, Trinavakarsar, he says, I put the seed of Panchakshara in my vial. Mind is the field. There I put the seed of Panchakshara, and with the water of Shraddha, every day I was watering it, and by tapas I created a fence around. And by daily worship, daily chanting, no, he says, Namam Paindren, very beautiful. Karuvai Kidandu, Un Kadale Ninaikum Karuttudayen. The intellect gains power to go beyond the corporeal existence. There he says, even in the fetus form, I had meditation. He says, even as the embryo, even Bhagavanoda paatu kuda adhan solluvom nama. Mati Harivaru Shiruvayadu. Harivaru Shiruvayadu adu mudal, even before the intellect developed, Arunachala was there inside, he says. So here, Trinavakarsar says, Uruvai, Karuvai Kidandu Un Kadale Ninaikum Karuttudayen, Uruvai Thirindu Un Namam Paindren. After taking this form, I started practicing your Nama. He says, I started practicing your Nama. Started holding to your Nama. So that is important for us. So you put the seed of Nama, mantra there, water it with love, fence it with tapas, learn to live by holding that all your life. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar was like that. Swami also, many places he says, Nama is Bhagavan, Nama is Mukti, Nama is realization. So, for him, Swami Ramdas said, you chant the Nama constantly, and he chanted it constantly. So, this Diksha Sampradaya, when the Guru gives the Diksha, the person has to stick to it with bhakti. Paindrain, he has to practice it with Vairagya. Satu dirghakala nairantarya satkara sevito dridabhumihi, as Patanjali Yoga Sutra says. For a long duration, the greatest help for mantra sadhana is, once you have got the mantra diksha, you should give up the business attitude. What will I get? What will I get? Once you get mantra, you should have the faith that you have got him. You have got Bhagavan in that form. And you should say, I don't want anything. Shankaracharya says, in one of his songs, he says, Na mokshasya akamsha, na vibhavavancha pichaname, na vijnanapeksha, shashimukhi sukechhapi na punaha, adastvam sanyache janani jananam yatu mamavai, mridani rudrani shiva shiva bhavani iti japataha. He says, I don't even seek liberation, I don't seek wealth, not even knowledge, not any worldly pleasures. Even if I am going to get another birth, let it happen. I am not afraid, but I should not leave your Nama. I should be chanting your Nama. That kind of bhakti. That is the, then you have the Nama here, you have Bhagavan here. Mukhi Nama Hati Moksha. Aise bhava bahutanchi. The Tukaram Abhang, he says, Mukhi Nama Hati Moksha. Says, in another song which I spoke when I was speaking in their sabha, I told this, now I don't remember that. Mukhi Tuchi Nama Hridayi Akhandita Prema. He says, Mukhi Tuchi Nama. In the tongue, there is your sweet name, Hridayi Akhandita Prema. And the heart, there is infinite love, bhakti. Not seeking anything, not wanting anything, not desiring, no business, no beggarly attitude. Whatever work you get, you do by chanting the Nama. So this is Nama Diksha or Mantra Diksha. Everything is same. Nama becomes mantra when it becomes Siddha. When Guru gives you a Siddha mantra, it is Siddha to him. But it is only Nama for you unless it is a Shaktipada. So you have to work on it with bhakti, shraddha. So if that is there, even this question of final realization is redundant. It is business. Even this desire for realization is a great hurdle. This desire pulls you out from worldly life. But this desire becomes a stumbling block for your realization. That is why Bhagavan constantly says, the self is always real, aparoksha. It is shining forth. What is there icing it? Who wants to ice it? There is no question of real icing. You have to give up desire. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan. Atmanyev atmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadochyate. So, chanting the mantra, if possible, study some scriptures like Bhagavad Gita or like Bhagavan's works, in whatever sampradaya you have come. If you have come in the Vaishnava sampradaya, you can have Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata. If you have come in Shaiva Sampradaya, you can have. If you have come in the Tamil Nadu, if you are in the Shaiva Sampradaya, you are lucky. Because so much treasure is there. Like Tiruvachakam and all that, Devaram, everything is there. Yes. If you do not know Tamil, then it's okay. You can have so many stotras of Shankaracharya. Like Shivananda Lahari and so many Shiva stotras are there. That all you can chant, and you can. General prescription is for every seeker, he should have this mantra japa, and for swadhyaya, he should have Bhagavad Gita with him. It contains karma, upasana, jnanam, bhakti, everything. So Nitya Parayana of Gita, only a small work, general prescription. Those who have come in Bhagavan's tradition, they can have Bhagavan's Nool Tirate. That is a kind of Vedanta. Samskara is there, it's okay. And for those who have very much Vedanta samskara is there, Prakarana Grantha Parayana, Bhashya Parayana, it all can be done. But Nitya Swadhyaya is needed. Japashrantah punardhyayete dhyanashrantah punarjapete. Japadhyanabhiyuktasya prasidati parashivaha. Japa and dhyana, swadhyaya. So this is the help that japat siddhi, japat devo purasthitaha. So this is the answer. Is enough? Anything more?
Swami, today I was reading one talk.
No, about this.
No, even I can become a mantra.
Yes, certainly. That is, see, Amma has come from this Kashmir Shaiva tradition. For the Upadesha itself is aham. Yes. Not Brahma Shabda lang kuda kedayadu. Not even Brahman or anything. It is that Pratyabhijna Darshana is aham only. And this ego is kritrimaham. It is ego. It is created, artificial. So, Bhagavan said, seek the kritrimaham. Trace the I thought. Then you will find that it is not real. It is chidabhasa, as we say. Then you will come in touch with the chit, the akritrimaham. Then akritrimaham, you meditate upon it. So that is the Abhinavagupta teaching, that is Kashmir Shaiva teaching. They have only that aham. So the entire Kashmir Shaiva tradition, it woke up by Amma's Guru, Lakshman Ju. You can see him sitting before Bhagavan in the hill, and he had that grace of Bhagavan. He was carrying that Kashmir Shaivism in his heart. In Bhagavan's presence, it woke up inside him. And through him, again Kashmir Shaivism became alive. So there also, this is aham only. But Bhagavan did not give that to everyone. To certain people, they said, you just, even in who am I, Bhagavan says, you can hold on to I. That is enough. But the mystery is, I is also not there. This is also, we are giving the Shabda I to it, or non, or aham. But it is a non-verbal throb inside. It is not a verbal thing, it is just a spandana. Samsara spandanam spandamatro hi samsaraha. We wrote a verse in that Shivananda Lahari. Along with that, when Shiva, I will give you that book. Spandamatro hi samsaraha. Bheshajam spandanam viduho. Samsara is spandana, and medicine for that is also spandana. All அபஸ்ருதி, என்ன சொல்கிறது, ஜாரிங், discordant notes, right? There you have this ekaspandana, carrying this, and that ekaspandana, whatever it might be, it is I or Shiva Shiva or Om, it will take you to the Moola Spandana. And that Moola Spandana is not something which you thrust from outside. It is a spandana which is primordial, which is always there. Throb is there inside. So that spandana is a japa. It is not a japa done by you. It is a japa which is being done by the inner one. See, Jnaneshwara, Maharashtra, Jnaneshwari, he also comes in Kashmira Shaiva tradition. Yes. So he says, Jnanadeva Mauna, Japamala Antari. He says, Jnanadeva is Mauna, there is Japamala is inside. And Hari is doing Japa. That inner one is doing Japa. So this I also, ultimately, whatever mantra you chant, it has to merge in this I. And that is ajapa.
So samsara also comes from there, the mukti also comes there.
Everything comes from there. Tvai Arunachala sarvam bhutva sthitva pralinam etat chitram. This is a wonder. Hridi ahamiti nrityasi bhoho te vadanti hridayam nama. From the heart, everything arises, everything stays, everything goes back to the heart. And there you dance forth as I. So this is the clue given by Bhagavan. Do's and don'ts. When the person is doing japa, he should systematically, generally prescribed method is same time, if possible, same time, same place, he has to sit and do japa to get the habit of it. And ahara shuddhi. The most important thing is pure sattvic food. As far as possible, the person should keep himself in association with saints, purity, everything is needed. Then only the japa becomes alive. How to take the initiation to the final step of realization? Nobody can take it. It has to take you. Who are you to take it to final step of realization? You have to cease to exist. Okay, so this is one point.
In your book about japa, you recommend at some point to ask the question, who am I, who is doing this japa?
Yes.
Speak about this.
Yes. See, japa sadhana slowly turns towards realization. See, we are not speaking about japa as a very saguna, sakara japa. If you go to that level, it is like, suppose for Ramakrishna sampradaya, there they will give the form of the deity. The form should be meditated and the mantra should be chanted. That is the usual way also. All devatas, whatever devata you are going to chant the nama, you meditate on that devata, the form. And at last, the Upanishad says, Nedam yadidam upasate. This devata is not the self. Who is seeing the devata? Even Bhagavan did that. All the way from Madurai to Tiruvannamalai, he came and looked at, oh, this is Arunachala. This hill is Arunachala. And next moment the question arose within him, who is seeing this? And he says, the moment who awoke, nobody is there to say I. Kandavan yavanana karuttinun nada kandavan indridan indradu kanden. No Kandavan. Nobody to say I saw. Like that, any upasana has to be taken to that stage, where you are doing japa, and at a stage you ask who is doing japa, who is the doer. Then you say, I am doing japa, I have so many thoughts. See, while doing japa itself, you will see this I dancing in the heart. Because when the mind becomes subtle, introverted, very refined, very vibrant, then you will find your mind will locate this inner throb of I, aham vritti, and how it is associated with many things. Whole daytime you are sitting for japa in the evening, daytime whomever you associated with, what all things gave you a hit and how you reacted. All those things will come in the mind. Then all those things you have to carry this question inside. Who am I? What is this I? Then you will hold on to this I for some period. And if you are so ripe, you will enter into deeper state. But generally, it is like taking a dip inside. After some time, you have to come out. So, when you come out, you hold on to mantra. And when you have sufficient energy, go deep. Take a dip. Hold on to this I thought. Like that, holding to the mantra, you can have a majjana. Mantra majjana. Mantra majjana. Mantra is an ashraya. Majjana is diving deep, sinking inside, probing for the I thought.
It's like merger, English merger.
Merging inside. It's majjana. Chinvata majjatava pavanachalana rodhat atmanishto bhavatvam. That chinvata majjata, by probing or by plunging inside.
Is it like this where at some point you ask, who am I doing this japa? You find out that this japa itself is your I. They are same in one.
The japa takes you to that state where you inquire. Then you find that who is doing japa. From this throb, you get connected to the inner throb. Inner throb. And that also merges to reveal to you the substratum, where there is no throb, no spandana, achala, what they call para. This throb, this inner throb is pashyanti. And the mantra you are carrying inside is madhyama. Outward thing is vaikari. Verbal. It's verbal, and then pulsation, then wave, then pure consciousness. Beingness.
It's like aham vritti, aham spurti.
Aham bodha, yes. So this is taking it to the final step of realization. So this is it. One thing is, japa is, we need something to hold. Even Aksharamana Malai, it will be finished by 20 minutes. After that, what will you do? I am talking about normal spending good time. So, It has a beginning and an end. But mantra has no beginning, no end. You can have it constantly. And you need not learn it, by heart it, keep it in memory, no strain. You just hold it, make it alive within. And all your life, even in a person is not physically good condition, even in bed he can hold on to that mantra. You cannot do puja, you cannot do anything else, you need some other people. But this is the nearest thing to that samadhi, where you have, that is why the Upanishad itself prescribes mantra japa. Etad alambanam shreshtham, etad alambanam param, etad alambanam nyatva, yo yadichasi tasya tat brahmaloke mahiyate. This pranava japa. Everything else is removed, then the pranava is given. Holding on to it, the sannyasi is living. Like that, the bhakta lives only with nama, with mantra. And holding on to it, he stays peacefully. All his time, so much time he has, what will he do? The nama or the mantra. If you have time, you will be very happy. You have to go in flight, you can sit and till you reach, you can do mantra japa. You don't need a book, you don't need a laptop, you don't need a mobile. You don't need anything outside. You just stay and start doing japa. And you can walk, do giri pradakshina, you can do 4 hours japa or 3 hours japa. So that is the benefit of it. So easily you train yourself in this sadhana, it is very powerful. And even in sleep also you will find the mind is chanting the mantra. So this is something very simple, which is an alambana, ashraya. You want some simple ashraya. We have so many ashrayas like outward puja, outward books, outward things. This is a simple ashraya. Very, very simple ashraya. You hold on to it, your life is full. So, okay. So, this is the beauty of mantra japa.
Swami, it can also help, like you have given an example of an elephant with this thing. So that
Yes. That is the example which Bhagavan gives. Like the elephant goes by holding something in its trunk. Like that, the mind gets something to hold. So all religions, they have japa. Christianity, Islam, Buddhism. I think even Jains, they have something. I don't know. All of them have something to hold on. And it can naturally take the person to dhyana. Swami Ramdas says, somebody asked him, how is your meditation? He said, Ramdas never practiced meditation. He was only chanting Ramanam. One day Rama decided that he should meditate, and meditation happened. Can you please share how japa can lead to no mind? This idea of no mind is a wrong idea. Sometimes, when people have some mental problem, they get no mind. That is not realization. Some mind gains a pause. It is not realization. And anesthesia. Bhagavan uses that. Somebody says painlessness. Bhagavan says that you can get by medicine. So that is not realization. No mind, Bhagavan said, very clearly said, it is through jnana. And it is not that you have a body and no mind. Then that is a vyadhi, it is a disease. When the no mind state comes, no body also, no world also, The world, the body, the mind, everything is self. Apart from self, there is no mind, no body, no senses. That comes only by knowledge, like gold ornaments. Whatever may be the ornament, it is gold. Like that, whatever may be the thought, emotion, everything is like a wave arising in the ocean of consciousness. It is nothing but that same water. This knowledge puts the person in sahaja sthiti. This samadhi state, person remains without thoughts, but there he cannot do vyavahara. He is awake with full knowledge. Mano nama kinchana nasti. As Shankaracharya says, for the knower, nothing exists as mind. That is from where Bhagavan constantly says, manamana ondri illai. There is no mind. And another point, very important point, the seeker has written, Japa that doesn't have love from the heart, only concentration. How can it be effective? This is what he is asking. See, I don't know what you mean by love. Somebody said the same remark to Swami Brahmananda, Ramakrishna's disciple, that we do not have love. What is this japa going to give us? To him, Swami Brahmananda said, my dear child, what do you know about love? First you meditate on him. When the true meditation happens, then your heart will be filled with love, divine love. You cannot contain yourself. Then only you will know what is love. So true love you will come to recognize only when you touch the deepest center within you. Otherwise not. So we are starting from an unrefined state. So there we cannot expect that I will do japa after getting love. It is like somebody is telling, I will go to the hospital after my disease is cured. I will take the medicine after my disease is cured. You are taking the medicine so that the disease will be cured. So you have to do japa as prescribed by the Guru. One thing. The second is, love is also means obedience to the master. When he tells you do japa, do japa. Why do you again come back with the business? Let this birth go in obeying him. That I will do the chanting. Whether concentration or no concentration, I will chant. And another thing that they are asking is, during japa there is little awareness of the surrounding. Only the sensation and mantra within. Difficult to operate work normally in the outside world. See, some person was an alcohol addict. He went to a doctor. And the doctor gave him a medicine. Ayurvedic doctor gave him a medicine. He said, if you take this medicine, you will be free. After 1 month, he came back to this physician and told, this medicine is no good. If I take this medicine, I cannot enjoy liquor. You give me a medicine, I want to take the medicine and enjoy that also. This is like this. I want to do japa and see, we can understand the problem, but the vyavahara, see, we are so much addicted to vyavahara, and now you have taken to spiritual life, then you should take a little break and do sadhana and find some. That is why Ramakrishna says, in between you take a break and go to solitude and do japa. When you have sufficient quietude, mind is peaceful, then come back and do vyavahara. You want to keep two legs in two boats and travel, that is difficult. When you do japa, do japa. When you come to do vyavahara, do vyavahara. And operate normally in the world. What is normal? See, there is a serious problem with seekers. When you become spiritual, I've seen some people, some sadhakas, after some days of spiritual sadhana, they feel that the worldly people are all enlightened beings. In the sense I say, I want to be like ordinary like them. Somebody told me, I want to be ordinary. I asked, you know what ordinary means? Ordinary means fighting, ordinary means ambition, ordinary means jealousy, ordinary means this rat race in the world. You have jumped out of it. You cannot have the same kind of attitude again, the same kind of competition. That is why Bhagavata says, to whom is this book? This book is for those who are not interested in competition. Nirmatsaranam satam vedyam. Those who are not here to compete with others. So if you want that kind of life, nobody is compelling you to do japa. You need not do japa. If you want japa, offer your life to that. And sufficiently you have gained inner poise, then the inner one will give you direction how to work in the world and be unaffected. With jnana, a person can work in the world and be unaffected. But upasana is an intermediary period where there is the mind is being used. What?
I have one question. When you say this no mind is not real, but we have the practice of japa precisely, the pranava in 12 stages. So where you reach the nada, nadanta, say nada when there is a sound, nadanta the end of sound, and then samana and unmana.
Yes.
The highest stage is unmana.
Unmani bhava.
Unmani, yes. Unmani or unmana. So my Guru Swamiji used to say,
Yes.
before unmana you have not reached anywhere.
Yes.
Because samana is still, the mind is still there.
Yes.
So unmana is the highest.
Yes.
Now.
Yes. It is certain. That is why I said in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, no vyavahara. So that state, as Bhagavan said, the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the person cannot stay there constantly. He will come back. The ego will be pushed out to prarabdha. But the person comes back with awareness. So in that awareness, when he is working in the world, so that is not enough. The gold that he has met in unmani bhava, he comes out and looks at these ornaments. And he understands that every ornament is made of the same gold. So there, that is why in the jnana, ultimately, it is not about, in that Mandukya Karika, that Shankaracharya says, a person who sits in samadhi, and he says, Adhuna Brahmi Bhutoham, Brahma Bhavam Praptoham. He says, now I am in Brahma Bhava. And he wakes up. Prachudoham asmi. Now I have fallen from Brahman because I have woken up from that state. He is a Kshudra Brahmavit. He says he is a Kshudra Brahmavit. He is a petty knower of Brahman. But the person who knows Aprachyuta, whether he is awake or whether in samadhi, he is aware of the adhisthana, that substratum. So in Vedanta, that awareness of the adhisthana is important. Not the quietening of the mind is only a intermediary path. That unmani bhava. So unmani bhava is certainly, for what did we say that? Yes, no mind state. Yes. No mind, people, what they think generally, The no mind state, in samadhi, it is like deep sleep. It is like deep sleep, no body, no mind, no world. But the seekers, many of them have a very curious idea where they are in the interactive world and no mind. It's not samadhi that they are speaking about. In the samadhi, no body, no ego, no world, no mind. Just like in deep sleep. But awareness is there. The person is aware. That is in Yoga Taravali, Vishranti Masadhya Turiya Talpe. Vishwadyavastha Tritayopariste. Beyond the waking, dream and deep sleep, in the Turiya. In the couch of Turiya, he is resting. So there he is fully awake to his real state. He is not sleeping. So that kind of samadhi, there is neither the body, nor the mind, nor the world. But people have a curious idea that no mind means mind is not working. No thoughts, but you are able to live in the world. Then that is not this. The anubhava of chit must be there. The anubhava, awareness of chit is important. Whether the mind is working, because certain realized beings, they have the prarabdha. Many, in talks also Bhagavan says, many attain it even without nirvikalpa samadhi. They directly recognize the self and that's all. They do not have so much abidance there. Directly they recognize the self. Recognition happens. And those who have yoga samskara, they will have more and more deeper unmani bhava. Like Ramakrishna or Bhagavan or many had that unmani bhava samskara. Unmanyavastadhigamaya vidvan upayamekam tavanirdishamaha pashyan udasinataya cha vishvam sankalpam unmulaya savadhanaha. This Yoga Taravali Shankaracharya says, to attain that unmanyavastha, I will give you a secret method. When you are doing interaction, sankalpam unmulaya, root out the sankalpa. Slowly, attentively remove all the sankalpas from the mind, and by living indifferent to the worldly life. Udasinataya pashyan, seeing the world as udasina. And unmulaya sankalpam, remove the sankalpas. And slowly, because unless you are aware, indifferent to the waking state, your samadhi will not be effective. So that unmani bhava is, as Swamiji said, if the person has not touched the unmani bhava, he has not found the truth. But unmani bhava, when he wakes up, his mind is working. But for him, there is no mind. For him, Mandukya Karika Bhashya Shankaracharya says, upaya, you use some upaya to control the mind. Manaso nigrahayattam abhayam sarva yoginam. This is the Karika. Mind should be completely controlled. There Shankaracharya says in his Bhashya, for those who have something called mind apart from the self, they have to do some upaya. But for a knower, there exists nothing called mind. He is not accepting the mind. It is like a mirage for him. Even though it appears, he knows very well it is a mirage. Only the self exists. Only the Atman exists. That is why when Annamalai Swami asked Bhagavan, mind is not keeping quiet. Then Bhagavan said, even if the mind is active, assert that you are the self. Don't accept the mind. Unless you have asked this question, this doubt would have remained there. And he said, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.